Okay. All right, I'd like to call this July 17th Park Board meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Marquardt?
Here.
Ms. Brannon? Here. Mr. Johnson? Mr. Rodriguez?
Here.
Mrs. Rivera? Here. Mr. Eldridge?
Present.
Mr. Austin?
Present.
Mrs. Ray?
Present.
Mr. Wiseman? And I am here.
Okay, we'll start with the consent agenda. Item number 1 is minutes, the June meeting minutes. Item number 2, claims, Parks and Rec General Fund, $98,378.08. Park Impact Fee Fund, $10,000. Parks and Rec Non-Reverting Fund, $5,991.13. Clubhouse Non-Reverting Fund, $5,729.10. Total expenditures of $120,098.31. Item number 3, donations. Mindy Ray donated 2 cases of water and 2 8-packs of Gatorade for the Parks team. Cedar Lake Police Department donated their Great Northern popcorn machine for the Parks programs and events. So thank you for donations. Any questions on those items? Okay, so in last meeting, we made a recommendation to adopt the resolution of the, or adopt the master plan. We recommended that to town council, but we should have just adopted that as a Parks Board. So right now, I would solicit a motion to amend the agenda to add that item back to this agenda as this part of the agenda.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, there's a motion.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Brannon, second by Mr. Marquardt. Roll call, please.
Mr. Marquardt?
Yes.
Ms. Brannon?
Yes.
Mr. Justice? Here. Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes. Okay, motion carries 3-0. Okay, so I'll read the resolution again just by title only. Town of Cedar Lake, Lake County, Indiana, Department of Parks and Recreation, resolution number 2025-04-PV, a resolution of the Department of Parks and Recreation of the Town of Cedar Lake, Lake County, Indiana, approving and adopting the Cedar Lake Parks and Recreation 5-year master plan. Okay, so now I would solicit a motion to adopt this resolution.
I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution.
And I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Mr. Marquardt and a second by Ms. Brannon. Roll call, please.
Mr. Marquardt?
Yes.
Ms. Brannon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes. Motion carries 3-0. Okay, so having taken care of that, I would solicit a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, motion by Ms. Brannon, second by Mr. Marquardt. Any further discussion on the consent agenda? Roll call, please.
Mr. Marquardt?
Yes.
Ms. Brannon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Item number 1 under old business, Founders Creek Trail. Do we have any updates on Founders Creek Trail?
I know that we have sent a memo over to the town council for the recommendation to begin the preliminary engineering, to solicit the request for proposals for preliminary engineering. I am unsure if that's made any traction since our memo went out after our last meeting. If Ben or Julie would like to bring us up to speed on that, then you know what that.
I'm not heard anything.
And do we know if Jen Sandberg had the meeting with NERC?
She hasn't updated us
Okay.
on that yet. So
I believe that is going to be, I'm sorry,
No, go ahead.
July 30th.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, so maybe we'll just defer this to the August, meeting and have an update from that meeting. Any other, discussion on this item? So I would solicit a motion to defer this to the August meeting.
I'll make a motion to defer it.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Ms. Brannon, second by Mr. Markwart. Roll call, please.
Mr. Markwart?
Yes.
Ms. Brannon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Item number 2 under old business, is park maintenance shop. Oh,
I did have a quick question about that. Can we maybe have Jennifer come in to our next meeting and give us a rundown on what is happening at that level of Wood Nursing?
Absolutely. If the meeting's July 30th, our next meeting would be ideal for the August meeting, so we'll put a request to see if she can attend to give us an update, or even just written communication if she can attend the meeting would be acceptable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep,
Okay.
thank you. Okay, item number 2 under old business, park maintenance shop. I think the planning and, or the infrastructure committee met on park, maintenance shop and gave some updates. I think at this point, we're, soliciting requests, or bids from the engineering firm to kind of put the scope of the project together, so that we can possibly look to put this out for a public bid. Is that correct?
Yes, the result of that last meeting was action to move forward with us needing to do the request for engineering, just to see what we're still requesting proposals at this time for
Okay.
engineering, because it's going to be a big
Mhm.
project that's been identified.
Okay, so we're kind of just waiting on that.
Yes, I hope to have it for you for the August meeting, and that's where the preliminary deadline by place with the engineers when I have a request for proposal.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion from the board on this item? So I think we'll hopefully have an update for our August meeting.
Okay.
All right, so I'll solicit a motion to defer this item to the August meeting.
I make a motion to defer the park maintenance shop till the August meeting.
I'll second that.
Motion by Mr. Markwart, second by Ms. Brannon. Roll call, please.
Mr. Markwart?
Yes.
Ms. Brannon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Item number 3 under old business is park maintenance truck. I think there was some updates to this. In our last meeting, we had approved the purchase of a truck not to exceed $30,000. And after some comparables, there was a new truck. Well, it was decided that the old truck would probably need a warranty, and I think that price came out to about $34,000 or so. And so in our bid, or in our agenda materials, we have a new truck, a 2024 brand new, or not new, it's brand new, but a 2024 model year Ram from James Chrysler, Dodge Jeep and Ram, that would have a total cost of $37,477. That includes the warranty and some rebates. So I think the two options that we were provided were, a truck that was just under that $30,000 mark, but would probably need a warranty. And now we have a truck at $37,477 that includes the warranty and is new.
And because of the model year, I believe it's like a $50,000.
Heavily discounted
It's
based.
been discounted heavily, but it is brand new.
You did see several bids for new and used trucks through the whole process. So we've just narrowed it down to this vehicle as an option up against the used one that was sitting on the lot, and I'm unsure of its status at this time.
Well, I want to applaud Josh for getting to what we had requested to remain within budget. And that 2022 Ram 1500, is that a pre-certified vehicle? Because it has warranty left, there's usually it's already been through a pre-certification and rigorous testing on it.
Right, when I talked to Mike at James Chrysler, not pre-certified, I believe was not on there. It was just the original warranty from the factory. So there was a 3-year warranty, so it would end out this year.
Okay.
So the end of this year, no warranty, gone.
Okay.
Yep.
I wasn't sure, I saw that, you know, on the J.D. Power publication about that type of vehicle, and it said certified pre-owned, so I just was wondering if that was the case.
Yeah, no, it was, I don't know about the pre-certification or anything like that, but, we talked about warranties and such, and he said, you have this amount of miles, obviously we wouldn't hit that amount of miles, like 30,000, up to 60,000 miles, or a 3-year warranty, so obviously it would be ending here, end of this year.
Okay, and probably the powertrain would still be in effect for 60,000 miles?
Yeah, 60,000.
It's,
Okay.
yeah, 3 years, or 60,000.
I'm satisfied with that. Did the mechanic go over and look at it?
The mechanic did look at it. It did have some rust starting. It did-
Really?
Yeah, it did have rust spots on the frame on it.
Is that where it had some nicks or dings or something?
No, that was on the actual paint. On the actual frame, it did have rust starting already. That's all stuff we could touch up, of course, but again,
And what was the cost of if we purchased an extended warranty?
To purchase this extended warranty on that 22 Ram, would be coming in at $33,507.50. To go
Total?
with total,
With an
all
extended
in,
warranty?
with the, and that was the 60-month warranty with it. The total price of the brand new Ram, was $37,477.00, which is a difference between $3,970 between two vehicles, to go used or new.
That's with you buying an extra warranty with it.
Yes, this is for the peace of mind.
So it only has 22,000 miles on it, 28,000, excuse me, which is very low mileage on a truck.
It also had 3 owners, and that was kind of concerning.
That, I did not see, it didn't say that on here.
We looked at the Carfax one, of which would be James Chrysler. It was also purchased,
3
additionally.
owners. It already has 3 owners.
And what it was
That's a
purchased
bad
for
sign.
commercial use too. So it was a commercial use truck.
Can
It
you
did have new
still,
tires on it.
it did, yeah, it had new tires. The only concerns was it did have a little rust on the frame, which is a fixable thing we can do in-house. It looks like the front brakes would need some attention in the wintertime. Again, sitting on a lot, it had rust on the mechanic said it did have rust on the brakes on it, but again, if it's sitting, obviously it's going to gain rust from water getting on it, but besides that, there wasn't too many issues, and it did have nicks and dings
well,
all over
through
the
our
truck.
parked trucks already.
Yeah.
I think they both have had nicks and dings.
Right, the work truck, yeah.
It's a work truck.
Absolutely, yeah.
Any chance that you can extend the search for something else within the budget that we requested?
I have looked at about 8 or 9 dealerships around the Northwest Indiana, and the $30,000 range is getting really hard to find something that's reasonable, but not having issues. It's really hard to find something in that price range, but that's the Dodge 2022 is the closest thing I can find for you guys.
Okay, and I saw that you only looked, the time frame on it was like a week looking, and that was it. So I was thinking that, you know, that you could look further, or could have looked further during the other 3 weeks before we had this meeting. We voted unanimously to stick to the budget, and I think it's a very good idea. I think we can find something that'll fit our, you know, needs and within that budget. And it might not necessarily be new, but we had, you know, actually kicked around, a couple months ago about it was gonna be a small truck without all the bells and whistles and tow package and everything. Something smaller and less expensive than this too.
Actually, and I understand that, and I'm glad that there's discussion on this. I think the reason that we ended up in a bigger type truck is that when we have two pickup trucks and one is down or one is in the shop, we have no way to pull both trailers in the summer months or, in the summer months with a smaller truck. So we would have to have a tow package, and that's why we're going into, like, you're seeing the 150 series.
Also like to note, these are the bone stock trucks you get now. This is like the blue one and the Ram 2022, those are the bone stock you get, like lowest you can get.
Any opinions on this, Greg?
Well, because of the minimal amount of money it would take to get us into a new truck, with a full warranty on it and no wear and tear on that vehicle, I would tend to say I would like to see us go with the new truck.
How many, full and part-time employees do you have that's grounds crew?
We have 3 full-time, 3 part-time at this time, so 6.
Okay, and you have 2
We're supposed
trucks,
to have a seasonal, which we don't currently.
you have 2 trucks, they're both 4-door trucks, they both pull a trailer with 2 mowers. I would think that, you know, that could accommodate our needs for right now, and we continue to look for something within budget. That's my suggestion.
Alright, I think,
So just stay within the 30, and see what we can, find with that. Would you like to see a warranty on anything that we get used?
Absolutely.
30, so under 30 with a warranty.
Well, I don't know how this works. Is this something that could be set aside till our next meeting, till we have a full, park board in session?
Absolutely. I mean, we're not in dire straits. We've just identified the need, and we're presenting options. And
Yeah.
as we're out in the market shopping and coming across what we're coming across, we're just reporting back. So we wanted to bring this back through for reconsideration when we noticed the difference of the 2 vehicles being less than $4,000, and asking maybe we just go $7,000 more into the original quote of or the original appropriation to start new and fresh with this purchase, and that's why we're asking for other considerations. So we can,
Well, I think
I
it's
can't say that this truck will be there, so we're probably going back to the board, going back to the drawing board as far as shopping.
Okay,
Especially with you sitting on lots as well, too.
agreed.
You know, we've all car shops, we know how mind-numbing it is. You think you want it, you go back, and it might not be there, so.
I also would like to state that, we do run with 3 crews. Sometimes we do 3 different projects per day. So there's 2 people mowing, that's 1 truck, 1 trailer. We might send another crew, another guy, if we had the accessibility, our gator only can do so much to do smaller projects. You only need 1 guy. So that leaves another crew to do something else. We have different size projects with different size people, so that's the main goal here, to get this another truck to complete more projects to get this done.
yeah, I mean, my take on it is, if we purchase a used vehicle, I'd prefer it to have a warranty, other than just the powertrain. And, I understand that used trucks and trucks in general are expensive, and this is a heavily discounted truck. And to be less than $4,000 away from a used truck with a warranty and a new truck, I don't think that's a huge jump. But obviously, if we think we need to extend the search a little bit longer, we can,
And another, thing that I thought about was, you have 3 trucks with tow packages to pull around trailers, but, they won't all 3 trucks be able to pull in with a trailer you know, into the new building that we've, you know, talked about. You know, only 2 of them would be pull-through, so it's just a thought, you know. You have a trailer, what, sitting
Well,
out.
always gonna be growing and changing and evolving as new duties come, and, you know, what we plan for now might not be the situation in 5 years from now, depending on park
That's true.
spaces and projects, and, you know, these are just, I call growing pains, and we could plan a park shop with 2 bays, and in 2 years, we're like, we probably should have put 4 in, I'm not sure. So, you know, we're just having growing pains.
Okay. Well, I would solicit a motion on this item, unless there's any further discussion, to either, defer it until next month, or motion to, increase the overall budget.
Well, I would make a motion to increase the overall budget to $37,000, whatever amount of dollars we need exactly.
The total purchase price of a new truck was $37,477. So
To
increasing the budget.
$37,477.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Markwart. And no second. So I guess we'll, table this item.
For the August meeting.
Yeah, or defer, yeah. So is there a motion to defer this item to the August meeting?
I'll make a motion to defer.
Okay, motion to defer.
I'll second it.
Second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Markwart?
Yes.
Ms. Brandon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Item number 1 under new business, is, related to, the fall event that the Parks Department's gonna host. This is the 21 and over kind of, band and food and drink event at town grounds. So this recommendation to town council to serve beer, wine, and mixed drinks. I think our current ordinances allow for beer and wine, but recommendations have been made in the past to town council to serve beer, wine, and other spirits. So I would solicit a motion to recommend this to town council.
I'll make a motion.
And I'll second it.
Motion by Ms. Brandon, second by Mr. Markwart. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Markwart?
Yes.
Ms. Brandon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Okay, and the next items will be related to that event. And this is item number 2 is for the alcohol vendor agreement. And this is with, Bugaboos. So I would solicit a motion to accept, or to ratify the alcohol vendor agreement.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Ms. Brandon,
Second.
second by Mr. Markwart. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Markwart?
Yes.
Ms. Brandon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Vendor agreement for the fall event, this is with, one of the bands, Rockology, from Chicago. This is to ratify that vendor agreement. And I would solicit a motion to ratify that vendor agreement.
I'll make a motion to ratify the vendor agreement.
I'll second it.
Okay, motion by Mr. Markwart, second by Ms. Brandon. Roll call, please.
Mr. Markwart?
Yes.
Ms. Brandon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, motion carries 3-0. Third vendor agreement, this is for another band, Head Honcho Band. And this is I would solicit a motion to ratify this vendor agreement.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Ms. Brandon, second by Mr. Markwart. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Markwart?
Yes.
Ms. Brandon?
Yes.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, Motion carries 3-0. Okay, discussion, Parks on Call. I think, Mindy, you have some highlights for this.
Yes, everything's in motion as far as the Parks on Call. We had to put a few steps in place, and thank you to the council for moving those things forward for us, for the ability to bring on call to the Parks Department through the spring, summer, and fall months. We really were just on call with winter for winter snow operations. So what we've established is an on-call system for the Parks Department. How that will work for the public is that when you call the park office after hours, so it's the same telephone number that we use for the day business operations, it will revert to a system, a voicemail system that will alert us if you leave a voicemail. So thanks to Cliff and IT just working out all the logistics of it all for us. He was instrumental in helping us get this there. If the patron leaves a voicemail, it will alert us to the voicemail, and we will then go into action, taking priority with we'll review the voicemail, what the concern is. I, as a superintendent, will review those and see if it is actually qualifying in our priority list of safety concerns in our park spaces or rental concerns from those who are renting in our spaces at that time. And then I will contact the on-call scheduled crew member to address issues as needed. So we are here for our patrons in the rental capacity in the evenings and weekends. And it was just getting kind of tricky with them having to go through the police department and ask for assistance through the police department. And now that we have on-call, we can address those a little quicker. So I just want to let you know that you can call after hours and we will address your rental concerns. If you come across a safety concern in a park space on the weekends or the evenings, just please, you must leave a voicemail for the system to activate. So we won't just know that you called unless you leave a voicemail. Any questions on that?
So will you be determining whether it's like a legitimate safety concern at a park?
Absolutely,
Or,
yeah. So if it's a question, then we will send on-call out to investigate. But I'm thinking emergencies in parks would pertain to broken equipment, that would be a concern. Buildings having, or equipment having storm damage or knocked over, broken windows in a facility, these kind of things. Or it could even be, but it won't be like, I guess for this, the bathroom's not tidy, or, the park space is not to my pleasing right now, or there's, those kind of concerns. So we'll have to identify what they are. So we won't be, this weekend we had already 2 call-outs, Saturday and Sunday, in Rory and the new system, like on call. So.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion on this item? All right. So we'll move to reports. Superintendent report.
A lot of the superintendent report was talking about the parks on call, and that we had finally gotten to this point with it and have activated it. We also wanted to touch on that the shelter at Kiwanis is now complete. We are establishing grass over there right now. As soon as we get that and the watering done and the site opened up, we'll put some of our picnic tables and garbage cans in that area, and then we'll be able to start renting that space out to the public. So just keep reaching out to us if you're interested in using that space. I do know a few people who are waiting for that to happen, but we just aren't quite ready to rent yet. But soon, I would say probably by this time in August, we should be able to be taking reservations for that space. Bartlett Wahlberg is also under construction right now, so that shelter is going up as we speak.
I had a question about the Kiwanis. Is that concrete cured, or does it have to sit for a certain amount of time before you can?
It's good to go. It doesn't
okay.
have a sealant on it, but it is good for us to be able to have traffic on it. It's only site closed down due to the establishment of the grass and the site work that was done around it. Mm-hmm.
Looks good.
Now, I'm sorry, when did you say Bartlett Wahlberg?
Bartlett Wahlberg is currently under construction. So they put that one up pretty fast
Yeah.
over at Kiwanis. I would say about a month from now, Bartlett will not be a rented shelter, though. It will only be an amenity, for, those to use as they're at the park and the park stay, so. It won't go on the rental contract. Other than that, as far as the, superintendent report, this crew is crazy busy. We're doing a lot of special projects and improvements around, so if you haven't been out and about, take a walk on the ground, see some of these improvements, stop over at any of our park spaces, and you might see just that little extra TLC and special projects that are happening. So, and then as far as the superintendent's report, rec programming and the newsletter has went out, so that was incorporating July through December events and programs. I did find that we did advertise something incorrectly in that newsletter, and I wanted to take the opportunity to just let the public know that when we were talking about the clubhouse rentals, and that clubhouse is rented almost every weekend of the year. It's insane. Every Saturday, every Sunday. If you are wanting to rent the clubhouse for January and February of 2026, those dates will open November 3rd of 2025. Our newsletter stated January through March. That is incorrect. If you're wanting to rent the March through December dates of 2026, January 5th is when those rental dates will open to the public. So just wanted to let you guys know of that, and we had found that after we had done the final review of the letter. So it's published. That's all I have for my report.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Mindy on her report? Okay, recreation coordinators report.
So I'll start with our Stay Fit and Active class. We actually had 22 participants for that Stay Fit and Active class. That's the most that we've ever had, so that's awesome. She's doing a great job. The next senior gathering is going to be the senior picnic on August 4th. That's going to be at the Lions Den. We have 33 people signed up right now for that as well.
Great.
Yeah, so that's going well. And they'll also play bingo afterwards there, so that's going to be a good time. Soccer signups has started. 4 to 5 divisions completely filled. The 6 to 8 division has, you could probably, I think we have like 17 more spots, but like realistically you have 9 to give us the 5 teams that we need. And for the 9 to 11 division, we are at 17, but we just need 13 more, so we're looking really good, looking very healthy.
And when does that start?
That starts, the practice start on August 25th, the first game start on September 13th. Yeah, so we're looking really healthy on that. Movie in the park, we got Monsters, Inc. tomorrow night. Thanks to Cliff, we have some updates that we're making from the last movie. Got a nice little cover in the back there, so hopefully that will be really cool. Programming, so the next 2 farmers markets will have some programming on the 23rd and the 30th. So we're going to have snowball fights on the 23rd and then Nerf battles on the 30th. The yoga classes, they are doing pretty good. Our signups are great, but the problem is getting people there. So we're averaging between like 5 and 10 people each time, but our signups are completely full. So I think it's free maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's life changes, right? So we got 2 more of those. So we got.
We can have walk-ons or walk-ins.
We do, yeah,
right?
yeah. So me and her changed it to where for the July class, she said we allow walk-ins because she didn't understand our space that we had available. So she's like, for the July class, can we change that? And I was like, absolutely, yeah. So we do that. So we're at like 5 or 10, but they're completely full on rec desk. So, and we are reaching out to them, letting them know before each class. We're doing posts on social media, so they do know. They just, obviously, life changes. Life happens, right? You change it. Agents of Discovery, that got released yesterday, and we actually had our first person come in today for it, so that was pretty cool. Looks like kids had a good time, and I'll start off, and I'll end with Lakeside Artist Guild. We're having a concert actually tonight, so when you're all done here, let's go right over there and check it out, right? Nice weather finally, it's not 90 degrees, so that's nice. The Shipshewana trip, we are 4 people away from completely getting 35, so we're at 4 people away, so you got any more friends? 4 people away, that's all, and registration closes on the 30th, so we've got 13 more days.
And what's the maximum?
The maximum is 53.
Okay, all right, so there's room, but...
There's room, but yeah, we're looking for that minimum of 35, so we're at 31, so we're right there.
Good.
Yeah, and then we talked about festival, the parade. Actually, the parade, we took first place in the nonprofit category. We forgot to bring our medal. Yeah, reward, yeah, we got a trophy. That is placed in the office, nice little spot right there, we took first place, worked hard at that. And then, that's what I have for you guys. Any questions?
Great, thank you. Any questions for Greg?
What'd you say the closing date for sign-ups were for the trip?
July 30th.
Okay. Anything from maintenance foreman?
Yeah, I'd like to touch up on a couple of things. He's been doing normal stuff. Two big projects we did complete this month, is the landscaping, right behind town hall here. We did, we're just waiting for the sidewalk to be ordered. We're just waiting for the rain. It says it's gonna rain, but, obviously it's not. So we don't wanna wreck our chances, so we're, waiting for a nice weather to pour the sidewalk so it can cure properly with no rain. And then that site will be open, ready to go. And then our new gazebo area is all landscaped. We're just, waiting for the sidewalk to be sealant on it. So after that, it should be open after tomorrow. And, besides that, we, assisted a little bit in Summerfest, helping them out. And, that's about it for this month. A lot of landscaping work this month.
Yeah. All right, any questions for the maintenance foreman? All right, anything from town council, Julie?
No report, just want to say I'm excited about the number of participants you guys have been getting for all of these programs. It's really nice to see how much it's grown.
Yeah, definitely having consistent attendance in a lot of these programs. So now's the time to start adding more, right?
I agree. I agree with one.
Yeah, okay. Okay, anything from Park Foundation?
Yeah. Marie's supposed to be on Zoom. I don't know if she's hooked in or not. Or do you ever?
I don't see anyone.
Marie's supposed to be on Zoom.
No.
Nobody. She just wanted me to pass this on.
Thank you.
And this is gonna be what we covered, for June, for the foundation, and then she attached a proposed foundation hall festival,
Thank you.
so that you have some idea of what the setup would be. And she was gonna speak about it, I don't know, if it was briefly on the sheet.
Yeah, we can go through this. We're still trying to set up a subcommittee meeting with Gail and myself, and hopefully town manager can attend, so we can get more information on that.
Anybody else want one? I don't know, do you want to say anything, Catherine, or?
I have nothing. Marie was supposed to say it, but.
Yeah.
We can review your notes.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say, everything's posted here.
Okay.
So if there's any questions, of course, you can always answer it. But I did want to, mention about the Master Gardeners grant. Now, I at the last meeting, I said that we were done for the year, or not the year, but for the season. So we've already got all the plants in that we were gonna do in the large mulched areas we did. I did meet with Josh today. I was over there clearing, I spent like 3 hours the last couple of days clearing out those gigantic burdock, plants over there and hauling them off the hill. And he had his group to get them out of there. The idea being that once you get those burr seed things out of there, then you won't have anything reseeding coming back over the summer. So, ultimately, we'll not have to clear off so much stuff, and they don't have to weed whack everything on a regular basis. We'll just do it one time in the fall. And Josh and I kind of went over what we had planned, and you guys already have the, like the tree grove areas that we've already got planned. That's what we intend to do in the fall. So Josh will be able to, have some public works, mulch brought in there. We'll probably have to either use not the trencher, what was the thing you said that you could use? The tiller?
Yes,
Yeah.
possibly from there, or we might have to get some, the foundation would have to buy some ground soil to put in some areas. We'll be going through, I kind of showed him, and we have tons of poison ivy that's over there, so they're gonna pinpoint the poison ivy and get rid of that, and some of the areas that just has a bunch of pines and, you know, that we're just gonna mulch ultimately, and they'll take care of that during the, you know, sometime during the season, when you guys have time.
All right.
Time is short,
Thank you.
so it'll look better.
Thank you.
People come into the town.
Okay, I'll open it up for public comment. Please state your name and address for the record.
Doug Machok, 7105 West, 133rd Place. Good evening. Coming to you, I live in, right over behind Luke's, that subdivision. I believe it's Shades, am I right? Is that Shades?
One of the shades.
One of the shades. There's a lot of shades, right? Already spoke with Mindy before on this project, and if it can even come to fruition. There's a piece of property, it's actually 7105 West 134th Avenue, just south. The town owns the property currently, but we're kind of not knowing what the status is of this property. And we were looking at, since we already own the property as a town, if that could be a park space. The property is roughly over 100 feet long by 50 feet wide. It's narrow. There's an old abandoned house there about 15, 20 years ago that the town tore down. And it's just overgrown right now. Our neighborhood is actually, there's young families coming in with children, and they really don't have access to that park. And we've discussed this. There's really no sidewalks to get down here, and that's even a long way to walk. I understand park equipment is expensive, but I've also seen other park equipment that we can, from manufacturers here in Indiana, that are a little bit more reasonable. I've spoke to other residents in our community, and they were looking at possibly like a swing set, maybe some picnic tables, and they have those concrete cornhole or beanbag that could be there, where it could be an area where the neighborhood could gather and bring, you know, something for the kids to do. And it'd be low maintenance too.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was something the park would be interested in working with our neighborhood on. If that's something you guys would be interested in looking into.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll definitely look into the status of that piece of land and what, you know, if there's any plans, you know, for the town with it, or if it could be inventoried into a park space. And then obviously, you know, see if it fits into our master plan and, you know, see if that would work and what that scope of project would be. But thank you for bringing that to our attention, because we wouldn't have known about it otherwise, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a corner lot, it's accessible, it's on the main road. There's 2 accesses in the neighborhood, and we think that would be, you know, talking to other residents in that close neighborhood, they were kind of excited about something like that. The other thing I would like to circle back with you guys, you're looking for a vehicle. The vehicle, it's just like an F-150 or a 1500. I can tell you, for what they need, that isn't even enough. They should be getting probably like a 2500. And because of wear and tear and towing capacity, I've seen, I'm an employee of Con, I've been here a long time. I can tell you, with QPA, have you looked at the QPAs for the state of Indiana on those? There's also a dealership in Indianapolis just out that sells at a discounted rate. I just seen they have a 2024 brand new, the single cab. I don't know if they need more, but it's only $39,000 with all the options. It's a 2500 and it's 4-wheel drive. The other option they have is enterprise leasing, government leasing. You can do that, or through U-Haul, who sells their vehicles every year, 8 months to a year, at a very discounted rate for the company. The to be in budget and to give them the equipment that they need, and the heavy duty, so you're not wasting money and buying a used vehicle with ruts on it. I mean, as a taxpayer, and even for them, that isn't safe, that's even a bad start, so they should be getting equipment that's heavy duty and what they exactly need, not sell them for less. That's right.
Yeah, thank you for that information.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Cheryl Parker, 7227 West 136th Court. Along that line, I had another thought too. I see in other communities, mostly police cars, but I don't know why you couldn't do it for Parks Department. How about getting commercial sponsorships for the difference? I don't know what was budgeted, the $30,000, was that originally budgeted for 2025 for a smaller vehicle, and now you're looking at something larger?
Just
or-
any vehicle.
Any vehicle.
Mhm.
Okay, so the 30,000, you know, and if you wanna move up to something that's a little bit more, can you get a sponsorship? And then you just put the little magnet on there, you know, saying, or whatever, signage saying, you know, sponsored by whoever. Get a couple of, you know, local area groups that might be interested in, you know, donating $2,000 or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
that's worth a try too. And the other thing he mentioned about the park space, I've heard other people, talk about lack of parks for them, particularly on the west side, like as you go north of 133rd on Parish. That's part of what I believe is what the Park Foundation is here for, that we would like to get funding, get grants, whatever, to either purchase property, get equipment on, you know, the grounds, you know, for new parks or existing parks. But I would like to start looking into some of these grants for 2026. But in order to do that, I need to know what you guys have in mind for projects, because some of these grants are very specific as to what you can apply for.
No, I definitely
So
think we
I
need
would
to have
like
a planning
to-
meeting for next, you know, this year to talk about projects.
Well, we're
for
already
next year.
into July,
Yeah.
so that's why I say I'd like to get that sooner than later. I know what the 5-year plan has, but what do you want to do in the next 2 years or the next year? I don't know what your budget for 2026 is at this point, what you have in mind, but I'd like to, you know, get something going on that, so then I can go and research, you know, for other things that are out there, other than the town paying for it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, we need to identify some projects that we can work together, and then you guys have a focus of.
So when do you want to meet?
We'll have, I can't give that to you right now.
In the near future.
And, yeah.
Okay.
Kathleen Broomhead, 14351 West 135th Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Mindy, what brought up with the fall festival?
Can you,
What brought it up?
the public comment should be directed to the board.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
what cause of this fall festival? What's it all about?
We've had this in plans for a few months. That was me and Greg's idea in the the planning and events subcommittee.
Is this for the community or
Yes.
just for fun?
No, it's a 21 and over event. You know, we try to have events and programs for all ages. We determine that other park
Over
communities.
21,
Yeah,
okay.
and other park communities have pints in the park type events and band events, you know, live music, and we
Or any
determine.
other bars gonna be there besides,
Bugaboo's is providing, the drinks and food for this
did you
event.
bid that out or did you just
No,
say?
we
pick
selected,
that?
they were selected.
Is there gonna be other ones next year or year after that?
This
or-
is the first time we're trying this to see if something like this works, so hopefully it's a success and we can expand on it next year.
Are there gonna be any sponsorships or anything, or just?
This is just a park sponsored event.
And you're spending the money on whatever you can?
Yes, the parks is, we're going into vendor agreements with the two bands, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Any other public comment? Public comment going 3 times. Public comment's now closed. Before we adjourn, I just want to make a note that after our August 7th meeting, we are going to have a public work session, and so that anyone can attend after that meeting. That'll just be to discuss demolition and improvements to the property that was purchased next to Potawatomi Park, and so we can discuss plans, immediate plans on that. So feel free to attend that after our August 7th meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Motion by Ms. Markwart, second by Ms. Brannon. Meeting is now adjourned. Next meeting is August 7th at 5:30 PM.